You ever notice how, the moment you start letting go of what doesn't matter, life begins to open up? I've seen it happen so many times. People declutter their homes, simplify their routines, and suddenly they're ready to take on the world. Now imagine pairing that with the freedom to live anywhere. That's what minimalism and expat life have in common. They strip away distractions and make space for what truly matters. Today, let's dive into how these two lifestyles feed each other, and why embracing minimalism can make your move abroad not just possible but purposeful. You know, one of the first things I realized when I started living intentionally was just how much stuff I didn't need. When you're preparing to live abroad, that lesson becomes even clearer. Think about it. You can't take your whole house with you. Moving forces you to ask what really matters. What do I actually use, love, or need? But it's not just about physical stuff. It's about the mental clutter, too. As an expat, you're constantly navigating new systems, healthcare, housing, even grocery shopping. The fewer distractions you have, the more space you'll have to adapt and thrive. Behavioral economist Dr. Barry Schwartz, author of The Paradox of Choice, argues that having fewer options actually reduces anxiety and increases happiness. That's exactly what minimalism does. It gives you clarity so you can focus on the opportunities ahead. When I first moved abroad, I thought I had to bring everything, every book, every gadget, every piece of just-in-case clothing. By the time I reached customs, I was exhausted. Fast forward to my second move, I packed one suitcase and a carry-on. Just the essentials. You know what happened? I didn't miss a single thing I left behind. In fact, I felt freer than ever. That's the power of minimalism. It reminds you that life isn't about what you own. It's about what you experience. And when you're living abroad, experiences are everything. Minimalism makes the expat journey smoother in so many ways. Let's talk about housing. When you're living with less, suddenly you don't need a huge apartment or a ton of storage. You can live in smaller spaces, cozier spaces, and still feel completely at home. And what about work? Remote jobs or freelancing are a common path for expats. Minimalism makes it easier to work on the go. A lightweight setup, just your laptop and maybe a notebook, is all you need. Then there's the financial side. Living minimally means spending less. Less on stuff, less on rent, less on utilities. That extra money, it can go toward travel, cultural experiences, or saving for the future. Vicki Robin, co-author of Your Money or Your Life, talks about how intentional living creates life energy. By spending less on material things, you free up resources to invest in experiences and relationships. Two things expats value most: What I love about minimalism is that it's universal. Every culture has its own version of living simply. In Japan, there's ma, the space between things. It's about finding beauty in what's left unsaid or undone. In Scandinavia, there's lagom. Not too much, not too little, just the right amount. It's a philosophy that shapes everything from their homes to their work-life balance. When you embrace minimalism abroad, you're not just simplifying your life. You're connecting with cultural values that prioritize harmony, balance, and intentionality. And that connection? That's what makes the expat experience so rich. Okay, let's get practical. How do you actually do this? How do you merge minimalism and expat life in a way that feels authentic? First, start with your essentials. Ask yourself, what do I use every single day? That's what goes in your suitcase. Second, research your destination. If you're moving to a warm climate, leave the bulky coats behind. If public transport is common, you might not need a car or even a bike. Third, embrace digital tools. Instead of lugging books around, get an e-reader. Use apps for everything: budgeting, navigation, language learning. And finally, let go of the fear of letting go. Trust me, you'll gain so much more than you leave behind. Minimalism and expat life aren't just lifestyles. They're mindsets. They teach us to focus on what matters most, to let go of the noise and to live with intention. When you combine them, you create a life of freedom, purpose, and connection. And isn't that what we're all searching for? So if you're ready to embrace this journey, I've created a free guide to help you pack minimally, budget intentionally, and thrive abroad. Download it in the description below. If this message resonates with you, share it with a friend or loved one. It might inspire them too. And remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll never miss an update. See you next time.